Think a quarter is just 25 cents. Think again. Some Washington quarters hiding in plain sight could be worth hundreds, thousands, or even millions of dollars. From rare minting errors to ultra-scarce varieties, these coins have stunned collectors and broken records at auction. In this video, we're counting down the top 5 most valuable Washington quarters of all time, whether you're a seasoned collector. The most mysterious and valuable coins in American history: the 1968 Washington quarter dollar, with ultra-rare mint errors that have stunned collectors and shattered expectations at auctions. To understand the value of the 1968 Washington quarter error coins, we need to journey back to the late 1960s. America was in the middle of massive changes politically, socially, and economically. It was the age of the Apollo missions, the Vietnam War, and rapid industrial innovation. In the world of coins, the U.S. Mint had just made a monumental shift. Silver coins were being phased out due to rising silver prices. Key minting errors found in the 1968 quarter. Let's take a closer look at what makes these 1968 quarters so exceptionally valuable. These are not your everyday pocket change coins. Collectors have documented a few mind-blowing minting errors that skyrocket these coins' value. 1968 quarter struck on a silver planchet. Value range, $5,000 to $50,000 plus, depending on condition and silver content. In high grades, collectors will bid fiercely for one, especially if it is certified by PCGS or NGC as a genuine silver planchet error. Double die obverse DDO. Value range, $500 to $5,000, depending on strike sharpness and condition. Off-center strike errors. Value range, $100 to $2,500, depending on the severity of the strike and whether the date and mint mark are visible. Clipped planchet errors. Value range, $100 to $1,000 to $100 plus. Wrong planchet errors. Value range, $1,000 to $25,000 plus, depending on the planchet and rarity. How to identify mint mark. D. Denver Mint. Mintage, 101,534,000 coins. Composition: copper-nickel-clad outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a core of pure copper. Designer: John Flanagan. Diameter: 24.3 millimeters. Weight: 5.67 grams. Auction sales record. Highest recorded sale: a 1968 Washington quarter graded MS68 by PCGS achieved a record price of $8,812.50 at a Heritage Auctions event on February 4, 2016. Other notable sales: Great Collections has sold 1968 quarters in MS68 condition for up to $2,756.25. A 1968 double die reverse DDRFS 801 variety graded MS66 by PCGS sold for $2,759.62. Value by grade. Circulated conditions typically range from 30 cents to 85 cents, depending on wear and overall condition. MS65, approximately $10. MS67, around $50. MS68 can fetch between $1,100 and $8,800, contingent on factors like luster, strike quality, and eye appeal. Today, we're diving into the mind-blowing world of the 1969 Washington quarter, a coin so steeped in mystery, error, and rare value that it has collectors, dealers, and treasure hunters alike on high alert. This is no ordinary quarter. This is a coin that hides secrets that could make someone insanely rich. And while Philadelphia minted a well-documented and wildly famous 1969 double die obverse Lincoln cent worth over $100,000, the 1969 quarter would follow in those legendary footsteps with a series of its own rare errors, some of which may not have even been fully discovered yet. Known errors on the 1969 quarter. There are several notable types of errors and varieties that exist on the 1969 quarter, some officially recognized, others still subject to discovery and speculation. Double die obverse DDO. While the 1969's double die Lincoln cent is well known, few people realize that double dies may also exist on 1969 quarters. These potential errors involve the hub doubling during the die creation process, resulting in 1969 double die quarter. could easily become one of the most valuable Washington quarters ever, even approaching or exceeding 6 or 7-figure valuations, especially in high-grade uncirculated or proof-like condition. Off-center strikes. 15% to 50% off-center with a visible date, highly collectible, and values can reach hundreds to thousands of dollars, depending on condition. Clipped blankets. Partial clips can be worth $50 to $300, dramatic full clips with visible date and mint mark, $500 to $1,000 plus. Wrong planchette errors. Valuable types of mint errors, when a quarter design is accidentally struck on a planchette intended for a different coin. Examples could include dime planchette smaller size, coin appears undersized and thinner, foreign blankets. Struck during mint operations involving coins for other countries. If authenticated, these wrong planchette errors can bring $1,000 to over $10,000 depending on metal, weight, and condition, sale record, and auction. Let's dream a little. Why would anyone pay $1 million for a quarter? Simple. It's about rarity, mystery, and historical significance. A new discovery of a major double die could rival the 1969's Lincoln cent. Combine that with high mint state grading, MS68 or above. Add toning, eye appeal, and an explosive auction. And you've got the formula for a coin that could shatter price records. In fact, similar scenarios have happened, so if a truly unique 1969 era coin emerges, especially with a major double die, off-metal strike, or a combination, it could absolutely become $1 million treasure. How to identify a 1969 era quarter? Grab a jeweler's loupe, a coin microscope, or even a high-resolution phone camera. Check the following. Liberty. Look for thickness or doubling. Date 1969. Any signs of shadowing or split digits? Today, we're cracking open the mystery behind one of the most astonishing treasures in American numismatics, the 1977-era Washington quarter dollar. This isn't just pocket change, it's a gateway to unimaginable value. A relic of minting mishaps that transformed everyday coins into legendary rarities. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know how to identify the most valuable 1977-era quarters, what makes them so unique, and why some of these seemingly ordinary coins have sold for absolutely insane amounts. We're talking 5, 6, and yes, even 7-figure paydays. Washington quarter. By 1977, the quarter was deep into the copper-nickel-clad era. Gone were the silver-rich coins of earlier decades, replaced by a cost-saving copper core with a nickel coating. Despite the mundane appearance of these newer quarters, era coins from this period became some of the most elusive and valuable pieces in American coin collecting. How minting errors occur. To understand what makes these 1977 errors so valuable, we need to quickly cover how coins are made and, more importantly, how they go wrong. The minting process consists of planchette preparation, die striking, quality inspection. The most valuable 1977 Washington quarter errors. Let's get to the real reason you're here. The rarest and most valuable 1977 error quarters. 1977 off-metal error. Value. One example sold for over $7,000. 1977 double die obverse DDO. Value. High-grade DDO examples can go for $1,000 to $3,000 and potentially more with sharp details and mid-luster. 1977 off-center strike. Value. Depending on severity and condition, these have fetched $500 to $2,500. 1977 broad strike error. Value. Clean broad strikes in MS condition can reach $800 plus. 1977 struck on penny planchette. Value. These are exceptionally rare and can go for $5,000 to $15,000 or more if graded high. 1977 clipped planchette error. Value. Depending on the clip type, straight, curved, or ragged. Values can exceed $400 to $1,000 to $100. 1977 full brockage error. Value. Full brockages are highly prized and can fetch upwards of $10,000. There are whispers in the numismatic community of unique, ungraded errors sitting in private collections just waiting to be discovered. How to spot these rare errors? Weigh your coin. Normal quarters weigh 5.67 grams. If it's lighter or heavier, that's your first clue. Inspect the rim and center. Off-center strikes, broad strikes, or misaligned dies can usually be spotted with the naked eye. Use a loupe. Check closely for doubled letters, strange textures, or mirror-like imprints. Record sales of 1977 error quarters. Here are some real-world auction results to fire you up. 1977 quarter struck on 1C planchette, $12,500 at Heritage Auctions. 1977 quarter with full brockage error, $9,750. 1977 double die in MS65 condition, $3,200 off metal strike on foreign planchette, $7,100. Broad strike with strong details, $870. The most mysterious and valuable error coins ever created by the U.S. Mint, the 1986 Pierre Washington quarter dollar. From shocking production mistakes to jaw-dropping auction prices, this is the story coin collectors dream of. Stay locked in, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and why this rare gem has rocked the coin collecting world. Behind the 1986p quarter, the Washington quarter was introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. By 1986, the design hadn't changed much, but coin production and minting technology had improved significantly. Yet, despite these advancements, errors still slipped through the cracks. 1986p quarter errors, wrong planchette errors. These are coins struck on metal blanks intended for other denominations. Examples include struck on a nickel planchette, smaller, lighter, and missing outer edge details. One sold for $4,200 at auction. Struck on a foreign coin, fetch $5,000, $10,000, or more, depending on condition. Off-center strikes. A 1986p quarter struck 70% off-center, sold for $2,850. A rare dual strike off-center coin reached $6,100 in a Heritage auction, missing clad layer. These errors can sell for $800, $3,000, depending on severity and preservation. Double die obverse DDO. A sharp DDO 1986p example fetched over $12,000 in a private collector sale. Broad struck coins, prices range from $500 to $1,500, but unique or dramatic examples have sold for over $4,000. Clipped plankets, mintmark, sold for $1,800. Double strikes, these high-demand errors often sell between $3,000 and $7,000, depending on how off-centered and complete each strike is. Top auction records, PCGS MS67 regular strike, $2,880. This is the highest recorded auction price for a standard 1986p Washington quarter without errors. Sold by Heritage Auctions on June 9, 2019, broadstruck error, and GC MS65 final bid undisclosed. A broadstruck coin, which occurs when a coin is struck without the collar that shapes its edge, leading to an expanded, flat appearance. Struck 30% off-center, and GC MS65 sale price not public. An off-center strike where the design is misaligned by 30%, making it a distinctive error coin. Sold on October 10, 2022, by Heritage Auctions, exact sale price not listed. Identifying. To determine if you possess a valuable 1986p Washington quarter, consider the following. Mint errors. Look for anomalies, such as off-center strikes, broadstruck coins, double strikes, or coins struck on incorrect plankets. These errors are rare and can significantly increase a coin's value. High-grade specimens, coins graded MS67 or higher by reputable grading services like PCGS or NGC, are scarce and sought after by collectors. Visual inspection. Use a magnifying glass to inspect for doubling in the inscriptions or other irregularities. Weight and dimensions. Anomalies in weight or size can indicate errors, such as being struck on the wrong planchette. The most mysterious and valuable error coins ever minted, the 1989p Error Washington quarter dollar. By the end of this video, you'll not only know why this quarter is worth far more than face value, but you'll also understand its breathtaking history, the incredible errors that make it so special, and how these flaws could mean a financial windfall beyond your wildest dreams. The 1989p Error Washington quarter dollar. The 1989p Washington quarter dollar is part of the ongoing series of quarters minted by the U.S. Mint, which carries the profile of the iconic first president, George Washington. Minted in Philadelphia with the P mint mark, this quarter is part of the regular coinage yet this coin has something different. There were a number of errors during its production that make it a rare and highly sought-after specimen in the world of numismatics. Now, imagine finding a 1989 P Washington quarter with that type of error. The excitement from coin collectors and investors is enough to make any casual finder sit up and pay attention. These coins can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars based on the severity and clarity of the error. The 1989 P Washington quarter was one of many coins struck during this period, but its legacy would forever be defined by the error that occurred during production. The world was moving fast, but this coin remained a symbol of precision gone wrong. This error became a coveted object that would intrigue collectors for decades to come. How to identify the 1989 P error Washington quarter? Identifying an error coin is both a science and an art. To the untrained eye, the 1989 P Washington quarter might look like any other coin, but for those in the know, it's a hidden treasure. Here's what to look for. The double die error, the most common and most valuable error on the 1989 P quarter. Off-center strikes. Some 1989 P coins were struck off-center, making them even rarer. Die cracks. Small cracks on the die during minting can create distinctive lines on the coin. Clashing errors. When two dies strike against each other without a coin between them, it can leave ghostly impressions on the coin. Auction sales record. Auction house. Heritage auctions. Sale price. Not publicly disclosed. Description. This coin exhibits a struck-through grease error, where grease or debris on the die causes a lack of detail in certain areas. PCGS plus 6 coins. Ha.com plus 6 coins. Ha.com plus 6 PCGS plus 1 PCGS plus 1. 1989 P Washington quarter off-center MS6 for PCGS. Auction date, December 23, 2024. Auction house, Heritage auctions. Sale price, not publicly disclosed.